Hey everyone, Jake here for American Trucks, and in this video I'm taking a look at this C&L throttle controller fitting 2019 and newer Silverado and Sierra 1500s. If you're tired of that annoying delay in your truck between when you push the accelerator pedal and when the engine starts to respond, then you need to get yourself a throttle controller. And this one from C&L offers a discreet, easy installation, as well as multiple different modes and lots of further adjustments, all at one of the lowest prices in its category. It's an easy plug-and-play modification that's going to give a noticeable improvement in the way your Silverado or Sierra drives and responds. Let's get something out of the way first though. This is not a tuning module, so this is not going to increase the power output of your engine. Rather, this is going to control the responsiveness of your accelerator pedal. It's perfect if you want to change up the driving experience of your truck without going as far as getting a tune. So the goal here is to eliminate or decrease the lag you feel when pressing the accelerator. Now, like anything with an electronic throttle, which is pretty much every vehicle sold nowadays, there really isn't an immediate response when you put your foot down. But the benefit to that electronic throttle is that you can tweak it to make it more or less responsive depending on how you want it to behave. Now, this particular controller comes with 8 different presets that you can cycle through using these buttons right here. By hitting the mode button, you can switch right through. So H1 is comfort mode. That's going to give you a nice balance to improve responsiveness slightly while keeping the pedal easy to modulate, so it's not going to ruin your fuel economy or make the truck impossible to drive in traffic. H2 is sport, which is going to further improve the response time, making this a great setting for your daily commute or a nice trip down your favorite back road. Now H3 is race, and that's going to eliminate all delay in the pedal completely for this quickest response time and the most aggressive throttle response overall. Now EC is going to be your economy mode. That is actually going to decrease the sensitivity versus stock to give you a lot of additional control over the pedal so you can hypermile with ease. You also got NOR mode, which stands predictably for normal. That's going to be your factory setting. And then SNO is anti-skid, which is designed for adverse weather conditions. And that's going to delay your response even more drastically to help decrease tire spin. One other cool setting on here is the OOO setting. That is intelligent mode, which is going to match the setting automatically to your learned driving habits. So you can just leave this plugged in, drive like you normally do, and all the while the unit is going to learn your usual driving style and then adjust the response accordingly. Last but not least, we also have LOC, or anti-theft, which is going to lock out your throttle pedal completely. So even if a thief does manage to get the truck running, the pedal is going to be non-functional, so they won't be able to drive away as easily in your truck. Now, each of those modes we just talked about can be further fine-tuned with 9 different levels of sensitivity by using the adjust button on the other side of the unit. So you get a ton of extra adjustment in addition to the presets that C&L has baked in here. Though it's not quite infinite, you're going to be able to make some really minute changes to how your truck drives and get it just to that Goldilocks or just right setting. As far as construction goes, I actually think this thing is pretty neat. It's small, it's unobtrusive, and can easily be mounted out of the way. Having buttons on here with a very simple screen, especially in a world where everything is a big, bright, colorful screen, makes this super easy on the eyes and also easy to navigate through the different modes. There's a bit of a learning curve, but once you've got it figured out, it's really pretty simple. When it comes to price, you're looking at right around $125, and that makes this one of the most affordable options out there for a throttle controller. Now, you don't get completely infinite adjustability or some of the other higher end features, but for the numerous modes and all the adjustments you do get, plus that anti-theft feature and the overall difference that this can make to the drivability of your truck, I think it is absolutely more than worth the price. Install-wise, doesn't really get much easier than this. We're going to give it a 1 out of 3 on our difficulty meter, and you can expect it to take you probably less than 30 minutes to get this plugged in and working. Really, all you gotta do is plug this in, just like so, and you can plug these in down on your throttle pedal, route the wire where you want it, and you can mount the display wherever you want it as well. Plus, you already got double-sided tape pre-installed on the back, so it really couldn't be much easier. But to show you exactly how to get it done and where you gotta plug some stuff in, let's head on out to the install bay.
Tools required for this install include scissors or diagonal cutters and zip ties.
What's up guys? Today we're installing a throttle controller in our Silverado, so let's get started. So the first thing we need to do is install our splitter harness. We have a connector at the very top of our gas pedal that looks just like this connector here. We have this red tab that we're gonna have to pull down, and then we can press in on the black tab and remove it. Now, we're gonna be putting the solid black connector into the connector that we removed from our gas pedal, and then this connector with the red tab onto our gas pedal.
So now we can go to the top of our gas pedal,
and push that red locking tab out. And then press in on the black tab to disconnect our connector. And then we'll put the black connector into that connector, press the red tab down, and then we'll put our other connector onto the gas pedal. And then we'll press that red locking tab into place. Next, we're gonna have to run this wire up towards the dash so that we can plug it into our controller. So I'm gonna run it straight up under this panel, and then we can have it kick out right by our steering column. And then with that in place, we can mount our controller. I'm just gonna put it right up here where we have some room. So we're just gonna peel back on the double-sided tape and stick that down. So now you can just pick a spot where you'd like for this. I'm gonna mount it right here next to our parking brake. Peel that double-sided tape backing. And then you can just line this up, press to stick it down, and then we'll plug in our wire. Now the last thing we need to do is zip tie our excess wire. So I'm just gonna pull it through. And then bunch all this up. And then take a zip tie. And then use a pair of scissors or diagonal cutters to cut off the excess of the zip tie. And then we can just tuck this back out of the way. Now it's gonna make sure that wire doesn't get down anywhere near your brake pedal or gas pedal. It stays nice and neat right up here.
That's going to wrap it up here for our review and install of the C&L throttle controller fitting 2019 and newer Silverado and Sierra 1500s. Thanks so much for watching, and remember, for all things Silverado and Sierra, be sure to stick with us right here at AmericanTrucks.com.